Hello, welcome to meditativezone.com. I'm Kimbrough, and I'm always glad to have you along on our journey into the world of spirituality, metaphysics, and meditation. Today I'd like to explore a metaphysical concept. Our concept is a quote taken from a movie called Lost in Austin. And the quote goes like this: "Wow, we really are at the beginning, aren't we?" Now, in the movie Lost in Austin, our hero, Amanda Price, she says this. And I need to back up. In the movie Lost in Austin, Amanda Price, she, a typical young New Yorker. She has a job that's okay, I guess. She has a boyfriend that she thinks would probably be a little bit better. And when she wants to escape that world, she reads her favorite book, Pride and Prejudice. And when she reads Pride and Prejudice, she reads it all the time. She sort of just slips into that world. And she loves that world. It's the world of the 1700s, with the horses and the high society and the manners and the beautiful dresses and so forth. And she just loves this world. So she reads this book all the time. Well, one day she actually slips into this world, and she's in the life of Elizabeth Bennet. Elizabeth Bennet comes into the world of Amanda Price in New York in our times. And while she's there, she's running into all the characters in the book. And she knows everything that's going to happen because she's read this book I don't know how many times. And right towards when she first gets there, she runs into Elizabeth's father, Claude, and he's talking about, I don't know, he's talking about maybe Mr. Bingley or Mr. Darcy, who's supposed to be coming to visit. And Amanda just looks up and she just says, "Wow, we really are at the beginning, aren't we?" Now that right there is a metaphysical concept. When she says, "Wow, we're at the beginning," we really are at the beginning, aren't we? She's saying that this is the beginning of this book, this story that I love so much. Now, at the beginning, it's not showing Elizabeth Bennet being born or any of that. It starts off with a history of everything that led up to Elizabeth being the age that she is, her sisters being the age that they are, Claude being the age that he is, the people that are coming to visit. All that is at the beginning of the story. That's how it is in our lives. At any given time, it can be the beginning. Doesn't matter what's happened in the past. Everything that's happened in the past is helping build up the story. It's helping to set the setting. That's how it is in the movies. We don't necessarily see the person being born, or we don't see them when they're 5 years old, or they might take a snapshot back to there, but it starts off in the adventure. And the movie, the book, is an adventure. It's a moving from here to a movement over there. And no matter what has happened in our life, we're at the beginning. We are at another phase. Even if we've had another great movie. You know, James Bond 007 has been in I don't know how many movies. The Golden Gun or whatever, or you know, it's always a different one. It's always a new adventure. When that one leaves, this one picks up. And if you don't find yourself in an adventure, you're not really alive. But the movie is still going on whether you realize it or not. So it's time to get into your movie. You say, "Well, okay, my movie's going on. Now, what am I supposed to do?" Okay, now what? Well, I tell you, it's sort of like Liam Neeson. I don't know, I can't pronounce the name right. Liam Neeson, but the guy from the Taken movies. There's a point in which they ask him, "Well, what are you going to do?" "Well, I'm going to use a certain skill set that I have." Basically, when he says, I'm going to use some skills that I've acquired in the past, basically what he's saying is, because Liam Neeson, he's an ex-spy. He's learned how to kill people and how to do all types of espionage or whatever. And in this particular situation, when he's backed up against the wall, he's going to use this skill set that he's acquired over the years. That's what we're going to do in our movie, right here at the beginning. So whatever is going on in your life, this is the setting, this is the background. Everything that's happened up until this point, this is the setting, this is the background. Your skills, your natural abilities, these are the things that were given to you, specifically designed for your movie. And there is an adventure. Whatever it is that's difficult at the time, that's the adventure. That's what you use your skill set for. Whatever it is that you feel like is missing in the world or you want to add to the world. This is your movie. This is your chance to move from over here to over there. It's our time to shine. And the question is, are we going to realize it? Or are we just going to let the world just pass us on by? Regardless of which choice we make, there's one thing that holds true. Wow, we really are at the beginning, aren't we? When you realize this, now your movie, your book, your play can be a comedy. See, I don't know, over the years, I guess me watching so many movies and whatnot, I sort of categorize them as to comedies and tragedies. Now, I used to think that a comedy, you had to be laughing through the whole movie. It had to be silly or something like that. But no, that's not the case. And a tragedy is basically a movie or a book where things are not going your way and it ends tragically. The hopes and dreams don't become accomplished. The potentials don't get arrived. We don't arrive at those potentials. But in a comedy, whether it's fun and laughter or whether it's an adventure, there's progress, there's growth. You're seeing a person who was thrown in a situation and rising to the occasion. This is how our life is to be. And no matter what has happened, I don't care if you've been divorced, I don't care if this happened, if that happened, whatever it is, we're to move to the next place. We are placed in this setting for the viewers to see a spectacular playing out. A spectacular act on your part, my part. And we're to use this skill set that we've acquired over the years. We're to use this skill set, whether it be the gift of gab, writing, whether it be an eye for something, we're to use this skill set to dive into our adventure. So the question is, what are you going to do? What am I going to do? Because I'm going to tell you the truth. We really are at the beginning. I'd like to thank you for listening, watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I'm Craig Kimbrough. You can find me at positiveguru.com or meditativezone.com. Thank you and have a great day.